Bet you didn't know that copywriting could make you a millionaire. Seriously, if you could make an extra $300 per week as a freelance copywriter, in 20 years, you could have over $1 million. And here's the proof. Let's say that on the day you start, you have $1,000 invested and you contribute an additional $300 from what you've earned through your copywriting business every week. If you could get an average rate of return of 10% in 20 years, you'd have more than $1 million. And that's definitely not too shabby, considering that the average 401k balance of most Americans in their 50s is well below $300,000. So theoretically, if you started when you were 20, by the time you were 40, you'd have 300% more money than most people in their 50s. Basically, you'd be feeling pretty rich. Anyway, here's how you can get started. So the first thing you're going to need to do is to build an understanding of what copywriting is and all the different forms it presents itself in. In a nutshell, copywriting is the act of writing a piece of text intended to help market or sell a product or service. Things like website landing pages, product descriptions, marketing emails, Facebook ads, those are all forms of copywriting, and the list goes on. It's a pretty long one. Next, you need to learn how to copywrite, and lucky for you, I've already created a couple free copywriting courses on this YouTube channel that you're free to take a look at and work on to build your copywriting skill. The courses I've created are aimed at total beginners, and if you take them seriously and do the practice exercises, should get you to the point from being a beginner to someone who can actually charge money for their copywriting services. Just make sure you're actually doing the practice exercises and are focused on improving. Don't rush it, take your time, work through them. I think they should be really helpful. There's also a bunch of other really good copywriting resources all over the internet, both free or paid. I'll include links in the description to the free copywriting videos I've put up on YouTube for you to check out, as well as some links to some paid learning platforms like Fiverr Learn or Skillshare that are both pretty fairly priced options that also offer copywriting courses that you can take. Next, you're going to need to figure out what exactly you're going to sell. For me personally, my most profitable copywriting service is one where I do email copywriting. I charge $100 US per email, so it only takes me about 1 to 2 hours every week to hit that $300 per week threshold. Granted, I'll be totally upfront, when I first started, I was charging way less and gradually built my prices up over time. But even in those early days, I was able to build myself up to making $265 per week by my 4th month and over $600 per week by my 6th month of selling copywriting services on Fiverr, all selling marketing emails. Take that information however you want it, but I was a guy who came into copywriting with no formal copywriting training. So if I can do it, I think you can probably do it too. And the last thing you really need to figure out to make this whole dream a reality is to figure out where you want to sell your services. I personally sell like 90% plus of my business through Fiverr. But there's sites like Upwork, freelancer.com, Toptal, there's a lot of other options out there that you should try out if you're just starting out. You can also host your own website where you sell your freelance services. You know, you won't have to pay anyone a fee that way, but it's definitely the most labor-intensive and costly option of the bunch. But it's an option. So there you have it. Are you feeling inspired? I really hope you are. Copywriting can definitely be that thing that gets you to the point of being a millionaire. The strategy I outlined in this video is just based on making $300 extra every week from a copywriting business or side hustle. It's super doable. It's so doable, in fact, that I know many copywriters, and more than a couple, who make thousands or tens of thousands of dollars per week. Obviously, that takes time, practice, and a lot of skill, but it's possible. So if all this sounds really interesting to you, give it a shot. Feel free to hit me up in the comments. I'd be happy to answer your questions. I wish you a lot of luck. So until next time, cheers.